Hi. So much gets blurred in the spin machine with regard to what is political and humanitarian and environmental. Um, I have tried to keep the Gossamer Court as non-political as possible, and it really amused me a couple of years ago when some moron said that the Gossamer Court was a political organization because we planted trees. And I'm like, well, if the desire to have oxygen and breathe is political, then just call me a radical. I think it's very important for people, especially in the city, to keep things green and alive around them. Lady Bird Johnson, who is the first lady back in the 60s, started this thing in Texas to beautify the highways with, flowers. There was a lot of seeding done of wildflowers, etc. And this harvest season, I've had time to start to gather things, and my friend Mark, who I live with, he's this amazing scientist, Renaissance man, and we've got a lot of beautiful things in the yard. We've got a sugar maple, we've got peppers and okra and other things growing, but a lot of flowers. And he's been seeding a lot of this stuff for a while. In between the two of us building a rain catch out of recycled items for the organic garden, I'm seeding as much as I possibly can. And so I'll have a lot of stuff available for people, seeds, like moonflower and passion flower and morning glory, pepper seeds, and a lot of other stuff. And it's just a suggestion, but for those who love to garden, I think it would be nice if we began to put together a seed pool, and to maybe develop some things along the way of perhaps around Mother's Day, as we've been doing for the past few years. Not just a small core of us planting trees, but other people planting them as well. You hear a lot of stuff from the conservative side about environmentalist and how all of this is some tree hugging hippie crap. And I find it amusing that most of the conservatives that I know, or have known, that I still speak to, have gardens. They do plant trees on their property, and even if it's just on an aesthetic level, they get it. It's just popular among them to be disagreeable. But I'm doing my best to gather and collect some seeds, and if there are any people out there that are collecting them as well, maybe we could start some sort of pool of exchange. As I get everything together, I will let people know that express an interest in having me send them a few packages of whatever we have in our surplus. I would be more than happy to do that. I think that it's not just important in our world, but well, let me rephrase that. All right, pagans, those of us of spiritual paths, sometimes are whitewashed with this whole array of sins and things like that. And I always find it amusing when people who are berating us for this and that, our free love and polyamory and all of this other stuff, then they'll start getting on the whole environmental thing. They hug trees, they plant trees, etc. Well, trees are beautiful. I try to get as much interest in planting them as possible going around me. And people usually respond to that. I mean, it's such a simple thing, but sometimes it takes, one in the group to take the role of leader for that particular thing. Everything in our community, okay, does not have to be decided by committee. I'm sorry, but it's true. Take the initiative. It's a good time with the harvest season to collect and gather things for the next year, and make a really beautiful spring. If you've got hummingbirds in the area, as we do, get a hummingbird feeder. There's nothing wrong with a little trickle down economics for nature. I mean, come on. Trickle down economics is not just for humans. But it is something that, although I seem sedate today because I had an incredibly beautiful night last night. It was one of awareness and understanding of a lot of things. And in the process of the evening, talking to my friends by the fire, I really started to think about this. And, if we can just take a moment to do the simple things to make the world a better place, eventually that builds, and you get more and more people, inspired, and the sacred ripple takes over. So I really hope that, over the next month or so, as people are clearing out their gardens, and they don't usually seed, maybe you can put aside a few things and share them with other people and get other people motivated. That's really all. I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna go out to dinner, and I am going to enjoy the evening tonight, and then I get ready tomorrow to head up north with the ultimate destination of Wisteria for autumn fires. So I hope to see many of you there. This is Just. I love you all. Take care.